Battle cruiser operational.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today for your Saturday, it's going to be one heck of an epic TVZ sent to me by RJB. Top left, it is our Zerg player. It is herO. We love herO, man. Bottom left, it is not Giants, it is Maid. Who is Maid? I guess we'll find out together here. Not a lot of Maid games out there, but apparently he's an incredible Terran player. He is up, he is coming, he can give herO an epic game. So hey, let's see what's going on here in Deja Vu, a hallucinated Kakaru. Can't follow him for some reason because I guess, oh yes we can follow him, I just misclicked. And they're talking in Korean here, somebody can translate if they want. If there's a Korean speaker in chat, sometimes there are, and I'll pin your comment. So Kakaru goes into the fog of war to disappear because that is an embarrassing thing for Kakarus to do, especially if they do not know they are hallucinated. And it's a TVZ, man. Is there going to be mech here from Maid? Is there going to be just excellent science vessel control in an SK Terran TVZ? Will herO lose this game? I don't know, and you don't know either, which makes it exciting and so fun to watch. Just standard opening here from our guy Maid. Got ourselves a supply depot, then a barracks walling off, and then expanding as long as there's not a lot of lings coming here. And are we scouting the right direction? We're not scouting at all right now, are we? It's an overpool opening here from herO on this 4-player map. Terry the Overlord scouting down, saying, "What is up, everybody? Don't shoot me in the face. I'm just here to spread joy and cheer." I'm accidentally rhyming a lot recently. I don't know what's going on. I think as my brain gets older, it atrophies, and it's like, hey, let's rhyme some things. Anyway, we've got a barracks coming up. We've got Steve the SCV scouting the right direction, up top left. And hey, did you know there's merch at falconpaladin.store? Let's take a second to see what's available. Check out the merch at falconpaladin.store. We got shirts, we have mugs, we've got Leave It to Reaver shirts, we've got Falcon Paladin logos, we got Terry, we have Steve, we have Zealots named Robert, we got nice hats. We've got stickers and hoodies, and we have buttons as well. So check it out. We'll ship anywhere. You can use the nice currency selector here. Canada, Germany, United States. We have pounds for London. We've got stuff from Bosnia as well as Cambodia. So if anywhere in the world you can use your own currency, we got shirts galore. Check it out at falconpaladin.store. Thank you for that advertisement, Falcon Paladin. Checking out, SCV says, hey, look, it's not a hatch first play. Maybe we shouldn't expand quite yet. Let's go ahead and, yeah, holy wall off here with another supply depot. If it was a hatch first, expansion, and then supply depot from our guy Maid. Excellent scouting, fully saturating his gas is herO. And chasing around Steve. Run, Steve, you are faster. You are faster than these slowlings, but your juking skills need to be excellent to stay alive here. I guess not quite faster. I guess lings are a little tiny bit faster here. But again, with excellent micro, you can get home to your wife and kids. Again, fully walling off, continuing to make Marines, expanding. No early gas here from Maid. A lot of Marines in the future here, and a lair coming up at 3 minutes here from herO. Yes, indeed, herO. It is your time. Hey, also, did you know that I do TV and movie reviews on the channel? Got a playlist. I'll put a link to it in the top right there. So you can see me talk about things like 28 Days Later, 28 Years Later. Andor is a lot of fun as well. Yeah, Falcon just trying to branch out into other stuff here. Don't worry, we're not giving up any StarCraft casts for this. We still have these 6 times a week. Just on Fridays when I'm not posting StarCraft. Then we end up getting the other stuff that Falcon likes to rant about. Just little 8 to 10 minute videos, sometimes longer if I have more to say. Anywho, what do we got here, folks? There's a guy who wants to be a Spire so bad, and he does, at 4 minutes and 4 seconds behind the mineral line. Cool stuff. Just going to be... Oh, there's a gas. Ooh, hang on. What's this? Barracks. Yeah, the gas timing to me actually screams SK Terran. Now, that doesn't mean it has to be just SK Terran. We've seen a lot of sprinkling in tanks into an SK Terran strategy. Recently, we've seen a lot of SK Terran going into mech, full mech, with the tanks and the Goliaths and the Vultures and the Spider Mines as well. I just posted an incredible TVZ featuring Sulky and Light. In case you missed that one on Patreon just a couple of days ago, check it out, patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. It's the most recent post out there. I think I posted it yesterday. Yeah, post yesterday. So go check it out if you want to see a game where Light is using tanks ably against a Hydra meta Zerg player from Sulky. It's incredible. So it could be some of that here as well. But for now, like I said, extra barracks coming in. Academy, yes, there it is. Behind the minimap. It's been here the whole time. It just finished range. Or Stim, actually. Stim, the first one. Scans in, sees what he's dealing with up here. The answer is, hey look, a couple Sunkens on the way. 2 Sunkens good enough for this group. 3 medics is kind of a lot for this early setup here. Muta's on the way here too. We'll see how many Mutalisks herO decides to produce. He's getting a +1 flyer attack, so it's going to be more than the 4 that he's producing right now. And there we go, forcing a couple Sunkens out with a feint, and then going home. I talk about this. I've been talking about this for years. It's kind of a smaller aspect of StarCraft, but if you could force a Zerg player to take 2 drones, sacrifice them forever, to build 2 Sunkens, and the resources to turn the creeps into Sunkens for no losses, you win. That's a win for you. Like, lower level Terran players can do this too, man. It's not that difficult. You're making these dudes anyway, right? Terran is making stuff out of their production facilities all the time. Zerg has to choose whether you want to make drones or whether you want to make army units out of these hatcheries. And as a result, it's a little bit harder for the Zerg to decide. And harder for them to do for things like feinting. If they make 12 lings and they run across the map with them, they'd better get damage done. They can't just go home. If they go home, they lose. They lose that battle. It's not a neutral thing. They lose it. If these mutas don't find any damage, they lose the game too. So 3 hatches here. 3 hatch muta, that's what I'm talking about. 6 more mutas are in production. If we're going to be defending a 3rd base, which we should be getting at some point here, herO, you're gonna, there it is, gonna have to use the Mutalisks to do it. So aggressive mutas, defensive mutas. Hopefully you don't end up defending here, because if you defend here, you usually lose all the Mutalisks. I'm talking about defending an attack on the 3rd base all the way back here. Right? If the Marines start moving out, you better be on top of them. Picking off medics, picking off Marines on the peripheries, using that +1 attack for a lot of damage here. Another scan. Checks for a hive, doesn't see one. Cool. Checks for a Hydra Den, also doesn't see one. Cool. Taking down that front supply depot and getting that glaive worm bounce there is pretty good as well. If you can kill the supply depot and get some damage on that bunker, that counts. I like it quite a bit. Another scan. And I think you just scanned out here on that one. It is going to be a Hydra Den. And a Queen's Nest. So we're just doing all of the things here, right? +1 mutas and lurkers and hive. herO's feeling pretty comfortable here. Sniping off a few SCVs at the natural base. Losing a Mutalisk, getting fairly injured there, but I want to say 4 or 5 SCVs died to that attack. Still 36 here from Maid and 26 from herO. Mutas, Lings, +1 attack, finishing up. Lurker aspect, getting started. First starport of the day. Finishing up here too from Maid. Muta's taking out Marines, but you can hear the Muta death sound coming loud and clear through this, can't you? If you can get a head off and kill some stuff without losing a Mutalisk, that's a pretty massive win. Oh, the mutas are dying, but the Marines are dying. It's a matter of how many mutas you lose versus how many Marines, where things get touchy. So yeah, hives coming in, lurkers on the way, irradiate happening here too. Siege tank is out. So we did use our factory to build Siege Tank, which is interesting. This is like preemptively deciding that herO is going to go for the Hydra meta. That he's not just going to turn every single Hydralisk he has into a Lurker, which I kind of feel like he's going to do. Because he's not getting upgrades for Hydras. He doesn't have the range upgrade. He doesn't have the speed upgrade, which you kind of want if you're Hydra meta-ing. So, I don't know if tanks are the answer here. These Lurkers trying to buy time for the Sunkens to stay alive. There you go. 3 Sunkens. Mutas and Lings at the back. Did you get trapped in here, Maid? No. Nope, not entirely dead. But now there's Lurkers, and now you don't have any Siege Tanks or Irradiates, and these Mutalisks have +1 attack, and this group is just not having a good time. They're not getting wiped out, but they can't push any further, and getting home is going to be difficult for them too. Irradiate getting started. Defiler Mound on the way from herO, and this group does get killed as the Lurkers join the party, and everybody dead. So like I said, getting home was going to be difficult, and in fact, nigh impossible. So, Siege Tanks up, but for what? Are we just using tanks to help deal with the Lurkers and the Lings? Not something we generally see here. I kind of like it, because again, it's not Hydra meta. Every one of these Hydras being produced right now are going to turn into Lurkers. Until he starts getting upgrades for Hydras, there's no reason to think these tanks are going to be super duper valuable. Again, if you have a few tanks, it does help you break things like Lurkers on the high ground. Lurkers at the front door. It's not a bad thing. Yeah, see, these upgrades are for Lings and for Ultras. This man's going to get an Ultralisk Cavern, like, soon. herO is. I'm not saying now, but seriously, he's thinking about it. Another scan. More Mutalisks. Good job keeping these alive, too. I mean, honestly, Irradiate on a Mutalisk is a win for the Zerg. An Irradiate on a Lurker and a Defiler is a loss for the Zerg. But if you force it, there you go, on the Mutas, and the split is good, that's a win right there. But, hey, we can handle your Lurkers with Siege Tanks. He pops one of them out. Sunken's trying to deal with the Marines as they stutter step forward here. The Siege Tank's getting huge hits on the backside. And suddenly, Maid is knocking into the natural base, getting behind that mineral line. He can hit the hatchery. The Siege Tanks can, too. Oh, what a great attack here. Adding a couple tanks into your group is fine. Darkstorm comes up a little too late to save that hatch. And a Maid pulls back out of it. Another Lurker dies because the Siege Tank count is a little bit intense. That's the Dark Swarm. That's the money Dark Swarm. The Slowlings are attacking. No Adrenal on the way for those boys yet because herO wants to make Zerg players everywhere sweat. Siege Tank's still here. Marines covering them. Oh, tough stuff. Plague is on the way. Adrenal glands coming in. Oh, this is a strong push. This is a strong push. Natural base died. That's like killing the third base in a TVZ. Is Maid just going to win this based alone on the death of that natural base? Defiler dies before casting a spell. Second Defiler does get a Dark Swarm up before expiring, but there's nothing inside the Dark Swarm. Oh, the second Dark Swarm was key there. Absolute key. Marines need to sit back here outside of the Dark Swarm, focus down that Lurker as it comes out of the Dark Swarm. It's tough micro, man. Terrans have some big micro requirements to play at this level. It is tough. Adrenal finishing up, Plague finishing up, third base. Needs to land. Come on, Maid. You got a bunch of cash floating. You have a third base you can land, and you're not landing it yet. Also building a command center down here, too. Not on location, a little bit off center there, but really microing his face off at the front. And again, huge, 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 killing that natural base. So yeah, Maid's ahead. I don't know what else to tell you, other than if you kill your enemy's natural base in a TVZ at 12 minutes, you are winning. Especially if your own third base is done. Your fourth base is on the way. The Zerg player is not even considering a fourth base yet. Maybe he is. Drop with Fire Bats. Here we go. Fire Bats inside the Dark Swarm. Fire Bats can at least hold their own inside the Dark Swarm, and they do. Oh, no. Do we have enough Fire Bats to handle these guys? Not as much. No, we lost the Fire Bats. However, Killing a few drones, not a bad idea. Oh, got great Dark Swarm placement there, too, protecting these drones as they mine. And I think these guys are all going to die. These dudes sharking around the front door of the Zerg player, however, not going to die, at least not immediately. Yeah, get out of here, man. This lurker is eating you up. Nom, 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 nom. Crazy amounts of eating you up here. Oh, no, a physics lab. Oh, no. Oh, no. Terran players are like, but you were doing so well. Look, I get it. I get it. Battle cruisers soak up Scourge. They soak up Hydra attacks. They force you to spend spells on them that would rather be going to things like Marines. He's adding the battle cruisers into the play as he lands a 4th base. He has map control. He has the base lead. And he decided what he needs now is to make battle cruisers to further cement his victory today. And I disagree, but also, Made has made it to the 15-minute mark of a TVZ against herO, and I'm never going to do that in my entire life, so it's hard for me to criticize him too much. Let's see what he can pull off. Let's see what he can do here. Plagued. Nicely plagued. I think you just deny the 4th base, you keep an eye on this, and you keep an eye on this, and you just expand here. You keep pumping, you max out on a lot of fire bats and marines and medics and a ton of irradiates. And then every time the Zerg player comes out, you kill him until there's a dark swarm, and then you back away from the swarm, and then you kill him again. And it's going to take a minute, but I think this is a 100% a winning position for the Terran. Undoubtedly, one of the most winning spots we've seen. Ooh, nice micro on that science vessel too. No Scourge for Ute. I think you're just checking to make sure there's not a base there, which there's not. herO Nidusing up to the top right. He's got to come down and take this base. He really needs to. Nice plague. Defiler gonna die for it, but nice plague. Nevertheless, metasynaptic node on the way. We've got a couple battle cruisers, or are these the first 2? I think maybe those are the first 2 battle cruisers on display here. More scanning. Well, I guess he gets a bit of a drop here inside the main base and the natural base. That doesn't do a lot. That said, man, these guys are still killing drones. This guy is still killing drones. Never mind. It's 35 drones remaining. All right, mate, that's a GG. I don't see it. I don't see the path forward here for herO. It's a lot of dark swarms and a lot of plagues and science vessels going down, but that's one science vessel down. None of these are plagued either. I like how this drone is still alive, like somehow has remained invisible through all of this mess. Wow. What a game this is. Absolutely crazy go nuts. So it's 51 to 38 workers. The battle cruisers are here killing overlords. La 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 la. Going across the map. If you fight the battle cruisers with the marines and you motto things like defilers and lurkers, battle cruisers I think are so much better than when you just send them off on their own little magical mystery tour across the map and see what can kill them. Because they don't have any support. Oh gosh. Okay. Some of you guys were plagued, I can tell. Bottom right base, Ling run by. I think there are enough Marines to handle these dudes. Totally fine. Totally fine. Ultralisk Cavern is on the way. Huge plague. Ooh, again. Battle cruisers. Trying. There you go. Sniping down a drone or 2. Gonna take down a Nidus Canal, possibly. Unless. Oh. Never mind. That's a 4-kill bat. Kill the. Okay, well. Running didn't afford you much, did it? If you're a battle cruiser, you can't run. At least not from Scourge, dude. Come on. I don't know if they're paying for themselves. This is the biggest thing. You have 1,000 minerals in the bank. Expand again. Expand here. Expand here. Double expand, Made. You got this. This is a game where a lower level player gets a massive advantage on a elite level player and then can't close it out, so it turns into like a 50-minute game. That's what this game is. If this was light, if this was rush, this game would be over. This would be finished. Making 3 battle cruisers at a time instead of expanding twice, using your map control for good. I don't like it. You know I don't like it. Plague, Dark, Swarm, Scourge irradiates back and forth. Scourge connections, 1, not 2. Science Vessel dies anyway. Another Science Vessel dies. All right. So is this the game, like this is the part of the game where herO starts coming back. He's down 160 to 80 supply, but he's just able to get enough Science Vessel kills and enough Plagues and enough Dark Swarms and enough honestly decent trades against a super late game Terran player that herO ends up winning. Yamato's on the way. Battle cruisers. I think all of the ones out of the map are dead. There are some more coming though. 3, as a matter of fact. Big old round of fire bats gets produced. Another plague or a dark swarm goes down. And then when you're busy running away from the lurker, another science vessel dies. herO's just an expert at this, obviously. Every Zerg player at this level is. You look at herO, right? You look at Queen. You look at Sulky. All these guys. Elite at that engagement in particular. Come up. Lings. Oh, the Terran says, will engage. Then a lurker comes in. You dark swarm the whole thing. They flee. The science vessels are a little bit slower. You send the Scourge in to wipe out the science vessels. It is 1, 2, 3. Easy peasy. At least for these guys. Much harder for URI to control, I'm sure. Ultra's coming in. Defiler gets inside the Dark Swarm. The water's great. Gets another Plague off. It's 180 to 100 supply now. The Zerg is creeping back into this thing. So the 3 battle cruiser army shows up. Immediately gets plagued. Because it's hard to hide a battlecruiser army coming up into your base because they're huge and slow, and the Dark Swarm negates them. The Dark Swarm negates this as well. Made, get out of there, man. Get on out. Get on out of that thing. And then you go split, split, split. Science. Dead. Was that 4 battlecruisers? Did another one join the party? Well, they're both almost dead. So the unupgraded hiders are now pressed into service. They have no attack upgrades, but they do have an armor upgrade. No! One more hit, he was dead. That hider's claim to fame is that he one-shot a battle cruiser. See, try to expand down here. Not that hard. I'll just come down and save it. Ooh, is he mech transitioning? No, he's still firing up tons of Marines. He's just working on vultures and spider mines and tanks here. Hey, big old not battle cruiser drop inside the main base. Drone's dying at an alarming rate. This one Ultralisk, as Chitin is plating, dies anyway to the +3 Marines. Thank you very much. The Spire dies. The Evo Chamber dies. It was working on a +3 attack for these Ultras and the Zerglings. Overlord targeted. Lings dying all over the place. Spawning pool could get targeted down here too. If you kill these 2 Ultras, you sort of win. No, can't quite do that. The Lurker was a problem as well. The attack could have been so much better, but it was still like an A-level drop, man. Excellent, excellent job. Spire died. Evo Chamber died. +3 melee attack does get canceled. He's expanding down here as well. He's radiating quite well. He's only up about 50 supply. So he keeps losing ground on the supply advantage that he was sitting on just a couple of minutes ago. That's the problem right now. Lings into a base that is moderately defended by a single bunker without any fire bats in it at all. Cracklings against bunker is not even fair. Everybody dies. This base is in trouble. This is the kind of thing that herO needs to do to win this game, and he's doing it. Right? That drop was good, but then he takes away a base from the Terran. Run the SCVs. Finally recognizes he needs to lift and run here. Again, I want to point out that when I'm playing StarCraft, I am not on top of this stuff. It's much easier to be on top of this stuff when you're obsing. Not that I do a perfect job of that either, as you know. So, base dies. these guys die 150 to 116. You'll notice the gap continues to close. You can't hide from ultras back here. It may look like you're safe, but you're not. Lurker down. 140 to 113 supply. Restarted his. He hasn't restarted his +3 melee attack. I wonder if he knows it got killed or not. More battle cruisers are on the way. This base dies again. Boy, there's literally nothing defending it. I wonder why that is. You think a base that had gotten hit recently would be relatively defended? It's not. Everybody's plagued, which means they... Oh, no, not irradiated Ultralisks on your Plague Marines. Oh, no. Ah! 2 irradiated Ultralisks on your Plagued Marines. Oh, gosh. And now it's 129 to 123 supply. How to take a lead of double the Zerg supply in late game as Terran and throw it away. Battle cruisers, man. Undefended expansions, man. That's it. I just think if you have that kind of a lead on herO and then throw it into the dumpster, I don't think there's any coming back. Look, this game is not over, okay? I'm not calling it over. I have not watched this game, but my goodness. Yeah, so then we've got the mech here. Made is trying to go for more of a hybrid mech marine strategy than I've ever seen in my entire life. Looking at this, you'd be like, this is a mech game, but he's making 7 marines back home. If it was a full mech transition, you stop making marines, you float the barracks out, and you stop making battle cruisers because you can't afford BCs because you're making tanks. Spider mines, killing vultures, 137 to 138 supply. herO's up in supply now, guys. Up in supply. He was down 80 supply, and now he's up. herO's expanding on the left side. He's got this 1 o'clock base, 2. This base is dead, entirely undefended still, mind you. That said, there is an army sitting in between the attack coming for it and it. It's not doing great. Battle cruisers are pretty good, right? As long as they can sit around and get free shots off, but I'm not even sure we've had a Yamato here today yet. Yeah, just come kill this base. Again, kill every SCV at the base. Why are you holding on? Why are you standing still? There we go. These ultras either need to get away or they need to get in. Yeah, undefended base. This base is at least spider-mined. And there are tanks. That counts for something. SCV dies to friendly fire splash from a siege tank, which is awesome. Zerglings, no, this base is being denied. It's 142 to 128 supply. What a swing. What an incredible swing of supply we've gotten here today. I'm having a really hard time saying anything other than this game is over. Because herO has map control. herO is the aggressor. It is 47 to 63 workers. The Zerg player is just in control of this game in a way that I did not think was going to be possible when he was down 160 to 80 supply. We don't have a ton of money, but let's spend a bunch more on 2 more battle cruisers. Have they been killing stuff? Not really, but the enemy has been forced to use Scourge to combat them. Well, okay. I guess that's something. But more drops, right? More drops, more science vessels, more irradiates. The science vessel count is good. I love this base so much. Just consistently under fire. And I guess there are battle cruisers defending it now, which is nice. Made. There's no defilers here. If there was one defiler, this attack would be stopped at its tracks. So, oh, we can't get in because hydras are in the way? I don't know. Plaguing them. D-Matrixed Marine putting in some work here too. The hatch does go down. Made retakes the supply lead at 160 to 150. This base is still not happening, but the battle cruisers are kind of chasing the Lings away, so hey, minor victory on that front. Well, these guys were plagued, so this makes a little bit more sense. And everybody dies. Not the reinforcements, though. The reinforcements don't die. And hey, this little bottom right corner has been pretty safe for Made for a while. If you want to be on even base count against a meching Terran player, or a sort of meching Terran player, then the Terran allows that. They accept it. Even the SK Terran guy accepts it. Dark Swarm, good reaction time, and the Ultra lives with 6 hit points, but he's inside the invincible orange shell. Spider-Mine's getting dragged by Lings. That's what they're intending to do. It's better than the Ultralisks taking those shots, and if you can drag a Spider-Mine onto a Vulture or a Siege Tank, all the better, man. So it is this very, very, very weird hybrid of mech, and it's a ton of Marine production, and it's battle cruisers with Yamato that we haven't seen a Yamato yet. So it's a weird thing to play against. If you're herO, I understand that. Hey, look at the defense on this base. It's actually keeping these Lings alive. Got a bunch of kills now, but all of them are Zerglings, and it's like, well, okay, I guess. I'll allow it. It's just these kind of engagements that are just so bad for Made. He doesn't have the money to just remax on this stuff. Not that herO does either, in all fairness. These high ground siege tanks are putting on a show right now. Spider Mines killing on Ultralisk. Dark Swarm. The Lings get up the ramp into the Dark Swarm on top of the tanks. And the tanks die, and this base is in a lot of trouble, man. Ultralisk inside your mineral line. Defiler has nothing to consume. Ultra dies. Lings back into this base. Hey, there are still battle cruisers here. Alright, fair enough, I guess. D-Matrix being used more. I'd like to see more usage, but this is also very good. Spore gets sniped. Now the Science Vessels get in here. The Nidus gets sniped too. This is the kind of stuff. If there's not a Defiler up, this base just dies. And it does. Where is the Plague? Where is the Dark Swarm? herO running out of steam, possibly. Doesn't have any kind of a bank at all. I mean, Made doesn't exactly either. Look at this positioning. It's like Made goes for a round of Marines and then a round of Siege Tanks and Vultures, and then back into Marines and then a round of Siege Tanks and Vultures. It's weird. I feel like he'd be doing better if he just sort of committed to one or the other. Okay, but honestly, there is still a battle cruiser here. What? Like, come kill it and the other one, and then you can kill that base. It doesn't seem that hard. Oh, Scourge did wipe one of them out. I just saw that on the minimap. Couldn't get back in time, but that's what happened. Trust me. 39 to 57 SCVs. It's getting tight on economy here at 33 minutes on Deja Vu. 1, 2, 3 bases mining for the Zerg. 3 bases mining for the Terran. This base is up for grabs. If the Zerg takes it, he's going to be okay. If he doesn't take it, it might get dicey in the long run. Hey, the battlecruiser left. Now you gotta lift off and run again. Ultralisk should be handled by the remaining Marines that are here, and he is. This base is getting shut down. One battlecruiser actually protecting the base fairly effectively as per usual today. SCV's coming back down to this base after running. Map control again belongs to the Zerg here. Battlecruiser dies to the Hydras that show up. They've got a +1 attack upgrade, and this base is going to die. The natural base under attack by herO as well. It's 150 to 90 supply in favor of the Zerg. The medic on the ramp is messing with the pathing for these ultras. Attack the medic. Right-click on the medic. Right-click on the medic. Finally, right-clicks on the medic. But the irradiated Ultralisk is hurting these Lings a lot, and they took so much damage previously. Okay, that was pretty bad by herO. Hydras come back down to try to finish off this command center. I'm not sure what chased him away the first time, but now it's 160 to 100 supply in favor of the Zerg. Yeah, herO wins this game. Incredible comeback, to be sure. But it's just like how to throw 101 is what this game was. Investing into battle cruisers, not doing more drops, just not doing quite as well against the plagues and the dark swarms as somebody of a better caliber would do. It's not really throwing as much. This isn't light. If light lost this game, I'd be more comfortable calling it a throw, I guess. But what this is, there's the GG, made taps out, herO wins. It's just the, like I said, about 10 minutes ago in this game, it is the lower level player getting a really nice opening 10 minutes of a TVZ against somebody who's way better than he is. And then just kind of losing it because herO's way better than he is. That's exactly what this is. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. Crazy, crazy game. Nevertheless, here from herO. He doesn't have a bank. He's barely hanging on. But it's a worse position here for Made. And again, Made going for this weird combination of Marines and tanks and vultures and spider mines and battle cruisers. I don't know. It's just tough to make it work. I think it could throw worse players off, right? Somebody at a lower level than herO would be like, what is this? And they kind of just fall over dead. But nope, not herO. Not today. Yeah, that opening, man. Getting in there and killing that natural base with a little bit faster tanks than herO was expecting. The drop in the main was even really good. The Spire died. The Evolution Chamber died. Could have probably got the spawning pool too. The drop up here was also very nice. He just needed to expand a couple times, not make battle cruisers, make more science vessels, irradiate all the things, and then if you want to go into mech, go into mech. Which he didn't do. He kind of did, but he didn't really commit, and I think that hurt him. So, GG, man. Look, if you can take herO to 36 minutes, you deserve a spot on the channel, but you're just not quite there yet. Man. All right, so 274,000 points to 307,000 points in favor of herO. We've got an outproduction here, an outkilling here by the Terrans. Similar numbers that way. Resources or structures raised similar. And the outspend by herO simply enough in 36 minutes. And that's a GG. All right, so that was a lot of fun. That's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. I've actually been banned from TikTok for reasons I don't know, but also I can upload there from Twitch, so it works out. And until next time, as always, thanks for hanging out, and you take care of yourself.